the voice. And Tangent Sunset, Alex Cosper's band, with Mountain Sunrise. That's the track 2 off that CD you gave me. Alex, great song.
Oh, thank you.
What's the meaning behind that one?
Mountain Sunrise. I wrote that when I lived in the Bay Area, which was throughout the 2000s. And something in the song even mentions the bay. But I love the mountains in the bay and just the natural vibe.
Yeah.
So that song's all about nature.
Oh yeah, and it's got that pastoral feel too. I love that a lot. Want to send out a couple shouts. So I want to send out a shout to Deb, who's listening in Florida tonight. Hey Deb. I want to send out a shout to Lowell, who's listening in the Bay Area, and Lowell says it is good to hear you on the air again. I think he used to hear you on the air in the Bay Area.
Hi Lowell, thank you.
Awesome, awesome. So you're here armed with a guitar, and I love it. It's one of those classic Gibson models, and it's got your name all over it. Well, I guess if your name was Epiphone, it'd have your name on it. But would you like to do us a song right here in person?
Hey, I'd love to. In fact, it would be a first. I've never played any of my music before live on the radio.
Awesome. I am honored. So what would you be playing for us?
Well, let me think. It's not summertime, so I probably shouldn't do my summer hit yet. Maybe I'll come back in the summer and do that.
Yeah, we'll time it just right.
So I should do more of a winter song. I think the song I want to do actually is a song that's been on my mind a lot lately. And it's a song I actually wrote a long time ago, but I kind of refined it. And now it's become the signature song for me, at least in my mind.
Awesome, awesome.
And it's called Sky Blue Heaven. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you sound great.
Okay.
Comic books tell us what our heroes say, while kaleidoscope images who surround us every day, colors of eternity deceive us in our dreams. So many different people painting different walls in between, and words get misinterpreted till we don't know what they mean. No, we don't know what they mean. So don't paint the sky blue heaven for me the way you think that it should be, 'cause it doesn't mean that I'll be saved if I decide to be your slave. Atrocities across the seas are no different than our own. Oh, no. But if the dollar bill is meant to kill, well then I'd rather be alone. Then when illusions disappear from the clouds, I won't be misled by the painters of the clouds anymore. It's not worth any rainbows if we have to go to war. No, I don't want to go to war. So don't paint the sky blue heaven for me, no matter what you think you see, 'cause no matter which road I choose to roam,
I want to make it on my own. Don't paint the sky blue ever for me.
Hey, all right, Alex Cosper.
Thank you.
Sky Blue Heaven. That's an amazing song. And your performance, your first live radio studio performance, it went really, really well. You sounded great.
Thank you. Felt good.
Yeah, vocals were strong. Lyrics are wonderful. What's that song about? In case people weren't paying too close
Well,
attention.
it kind of came to me sometime in the late '80s. The lyrics and the melody, and I just recently refined it to make it more what it is now. But the song is really about how back in the '80s I was starting to notice how media was being taken over by people that were kind of like preachy type people.
Yeah.
And you know, especially a lot of these religious programs on Sunday mornings. Sometimes they all were just about collecting money.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just felt, you know, there's something hypocritical about this, and there's nothing wrong with believing in religion or God or heaven.
Right,
there's, you know, we all have the right to believe whatever we want, and then we find out later on what's real. And the song is about not using any of that to fake people out. In other words, if whatever you believe, that's what you believe, but don't use the Bible or something to brainwash people or to get them to do something that isn't right or that is simply motivated by self-interest.
Makes so much sense, and really, really a nice, gentle way of saying it, but you know, it couldn't be more relevant than it is right now, so I appreciate that. Thank you, Alex.
You're welcome.
Awesome. We've got about, I'd say, a little bit under 2 minutes before we go to the break, so how can my listeners, and by the way, everybody stay tuned, we've got a whole other hour of the typical great twirl music that you expect, plus more chatting with Alex Cosper. How can my listeners find out more about you and what you're up to these days?
Well, a couple websites. There's tangentsunset.com. That's my musical website with all my original music.
Right.
sactv.com is, of course, the local videos that I'm making, and a lot of cool interviews like the one we're doing now.
That's right.
Going to end up on Sac TV.
Cool.
And then playlistresearch.com is more about the history of all music, popular music, indie music, and it's broken down into decades and years, and you could pick a year and get a playlist for that year.
Wow.
So those are my 3 websites, and I'm always expanding each of those 3 websites.
Yeah, and a wealth of good information. Anybody that loves music or radio or anything having to do with that should check those out. And the song that you just performed, Sky Blue Heaven, has that been recorded at all?
You know, I've recorded it acoustically, and that's it. I haven't really done it in the studio yet.
Okay, well, anyway, we've got the live bootleg. No, don't worry, I'm not going to distribute this one.
Do whatever you want with it. The more you play it, the better.
It's a great song. Well, if we end up doing a podcast of this, people will get to hear it. I'm here with Alex Cosper, the legendary Northern California radio programmer. He's also I guess I'll call you a futurist, because you definitely have some predictions, and he's a big user and proponent of technology. We're here on Twirl Radio. We're going to take a short break. We'll come back with some more Twirl music and more chat with Alex Cosper here on The Voice.